So we're about to start a 2,500 point 8th edition Warhammer Fantasy battle. I'll be using Daemons, led by Great Unclean One in the Lore of Death, and his 4 spells are Soulblight, Doom and Darkness, Spirit Leech, and the Purple Sun. And then I have Herald of Khorne in my heroes, and he's my BSB. He has, for lesser gifts, he has the Always Strikes First Sword and Noxious Breath. And the Great Unclean One for his gifts, he has Fencer's Blades for weapon skill 10. Skill Swallower, so every time he does a wound to a character, he gets a characteristic point of his choice. And then Noxious Breath as well. And then I have 5 Blood Crushers with Standard Musician and the Banner of Swiftness, 3 Screamers, 2 units of 2 Beasts of Nurgle, 35 Plague Bearers with Standard Musician and Magic Resistance 1 banner, and then 25 Bloodletters with Standard and Musician and Unit Champion, and then 3 Nurglings. And that's 2,500 points of Demons of Chaos.
For this battle report, I'll be playing Bretonnia, and I'll be led by this Lord on Royal Pegasus, who's got the Grail Vow, Heroic Killing Blow, Enchanted Shield, Dawnstone, and he's got the Tress of Isolde, so that for 1 combat round he can hit on unmodified 2-ups. And then I've got a level 4 Prophetess to Heavens. She rolled up Yernon's Thunderbolt, Common to Cassandora, Harmonic Convergence, and Ice Shard Blizzard. She's on a Warhorse, and she'll be going to one of the units of Knights. She also has a Power Scroll, the Sword that makes her cause fear, and the Falcon Horn. And then I've got a Paladin BSB. He's got the Gromwell Great Helm for rerollable 1-ups, and the Virtue of Purity for 5-up ward save all the time from the Blessing. And then I've got one more Paladin. He's got the Virtue of the Impetuous Knight and the Trickster's Shard. And then I've got 1 unit of 15 Knights of the Realm with the War Banner, another unit of 15 Knights of the Realm with the Banner of Swiftness, and 15 Knights Errant with the Errantry Banner. And then back here I've got 2 units of 3 Pegasus Knights. All 3 of the units of Knights have Musician and Standard upgrade. The 2 Pegasus Knight units just have the Champion. Then I have 1 Trebuchet and 1 unit of Peasant Bowman. Yeah, alright. Here is the board we'll be playing on. We rolled up just a straight up battle line. And Demons won the roll-off, and they'll be choosing this side over here.
We didn't roll battle line either, we just picked it. So, we are deployed. We have the Bretonnians on this side of the field with a unit of Knights of the Realm, Knights Errant, Knights of the Realm. We have the Lord on Royal Pegasus. And then the other Pegasus Riders there, 2 separate units of 3, Trebuchet, and the Bowman. And then the Demons have a unit of Scouting Nurglings, 12 inches off them. 2 Beasts of Nurgle on this far flank here. The Blood Crushers with the Herald BSB in there. The 30 Plague Bearers. The Great Unclean One. And the 25 Bloodletters, kind of holding the center. And then 3 Screamers and 2 more Beasts of Nurgle on the left flank. And Demons will be getting a +1 on the roll to see who goes first. And we're going to do that right now.
It's for Vanguards, actually.
Oh, I
Or do you?
No.
Okay.
So it's 6-6, so we'll re-roll that. 4-2, so the Demons will be going first, and we'll give you a shot of this after Vanguards. So this is what we're looking like after Vanguard movements, heading into Demons turn 1. So turn 1, the demons move up. The screamers just move behind the building there so that they won't be getting charged. The beasts of Nurgle moved over here to kind of protect the bloodletter's flank. And everyone else just in the middle just moved up. Blood Crushers moved up around the side, up onto the hill here. Same as the beasts of Nurgle behind them. And then the Nurglings just moved up a bit too. So we'll get back after magic phase. In the magic phase, I cast a purple sun with a Great Unclean One with 6 dice, and then he dispelled it on a double 6. So very uneventful.
End of the Bretonnia movement phase. The Pegasus Knights charge the Nurglings over here on the flank. Right here, I move up and just to block the Blood Crushers. Fail a charge with the Lord into the Greater Demon and Nurgle. And yeah, so just shuffle the Knight units around here. Getting ready for the next turn. On to Magic Phase. Into the Bretonnian Magic Phase. Went to cast Comet on 3 dice and rolled a 7. Needed an 8. And yeah. And then shooting. I misfired here, so can't shoot this turn. And didn't hit anything with the 10 Peasant Bowman. So on to the 1 combat right here. Combat over here with the Nurglings, and I roll a double 6 for my fear check. So hitting the Nurglings on 6s. At the end of combat, we each do a wound, and I win by a charge. He rolls a 7 on his instability, and this is where we're at. Alright, on to Demon turn 2.
So movement, turn 2 for the demons. The Beasts of Nurgle got a pretty big charge off into the flank of the Pegasus Knights. I charged the unit of Pegasus Knights in the way here with the Blood Crushers. Plague Bearers just moved up. Bloodletters tried to make an 11-inch charge on the Knights of the Realm and failed and moved forward 4 inches. And the Great Unclean One just moved right behind them, so he couldn't get charged by the heroic killing blow Bretonnian Lord there. And yeah, that's about it. Also, the Screamers flew over and did no wounds with their slashing attacks on the Knights. And I'll get back to you after Magic Phase. So for the Magic Phase, I rolled a 4 on the wins, and so my whole army's at -1 to their ward save. And I cast Soul Blight, but it was dispelled, so nothing good came of it. Combat for the demons, the Blood Crusher unit broke the Pegasus unit, and now he's fleeing, and they got a short pursuit roll, 4 inches. And over here, the unit of Pegasus Knights that they were fighting ran off the board, and then they both pursued into the unit of bowmen there. So they'll be locked up for this round. And we'll go into Bretonnian turn 2.
Okay, so in the Bretonnian movement phase, this unit of Knights charged and needed a 7 or an 8, and they failed. On the unit of Plague Bearers, this unit needed a 9, and they failed. This unit and the Lord made it into these Bloodletters, and yeah, and the Pegasus rallied. So on to Magic Phase. Okay, end of the Bretonnian Magic Phase. Shut out again, and actually went for 3 spells that turn, and got shut out the first 2, and then failed to cast the last one. Did get a good trebuchet shot off here, and killed 1 and did 2 more wounds to this unit of Blood Crushers, which can't complain about. And yeah, on to the combat. Okay, so combat phase. Over here, the bowmen actually hold for a turn, so that's nice. Trebuchet may get 1 more shot off now. And yeah, and then combat over here. So a bunch of Bloodletters died, and this is where we're at. Going into Demons turn 3. Alright.
end of the demon movement phase, turn 1. And we had the Beast of Nurgle charging to the flank here. Plague Bearers making a big 9-inch charge into the Knights. Screamers jumping over the Knights into the Trebuchet. And then the Blood Crushers coming into the lone Pegasus Knight there. So we'll get back to you after Magic Phase. So end of turn 3 Demons Magic Phase, and still not a single spell cast for either player this game. So we'll go into a combat and let you know how it goes from there. So end of combat phase, turn 3. No more Bloodletters left here. One Beast of Nurgle still stuck in the flank with 1 wound left, holding that unit up. Plague Bearers came in and killed 1 guy. The Knights killed 2 Plague Bearers in return. Nothing happened. Blood Crushers killed the 1 Pegasi and then overran 3 inches, falling short of those Knights by quite a bit. The Screamers killed the Trebuchet and then reformed to face the flank there. So that's what that side of the board is looking at. And then over here in the corner, finally finished off the Bowmen, and now trying to make progress over there to the left side. We'll get back to it with Bretonnians turn 3.
Bretonnian turn 4. Or turn 3? Turn 4. Turn 3. The Lord and this unit of Knights charge that unit of Blood Crushers. And we're on to Magic Phase. Bretonnian Magic Phase 3, and some spells finally go off. He dispels the Ice Shard Blizzard here, but then I managed to get Harmonic Convergence off on these Knights, and get a Comet down over here where that D20 is. Alright. On to combat. Okay, into the combat phase. Big one was over here. These guys mopped up that unit and spun face inwards and killed the beast over here. So we're going into Demons turn 4. There we go.
Demons turn 4. Great Unclean One charges into the flank of the Knights. Screamers make a 5-inch charge into their flank. And then, charge of the turn was the Blood Crushers from down here needed a 10-inch charge and made it into their flank. So, we'll go into a Magic Phase, and then hopefully something happens. So, first spell to go off for the Demons is a Purple Sun. Hoping to kill a whole bunch of Knights with it, but instead I rolled Misfire, and it landed on myself. Then scattered this way over a few Knights. But between my miscast and the template, I ended up killing about 5 Knights because I got that everyone in base contact with me takes hits. So it wasn't a complete waste. And other than that, nothing happened. So we'll go into a bit of combat here. Combat turn 4. Great Unclean One charged in and did 3 wounds. And he made 3 6-up in ward saves to stop all of his attacks, but he did kill 1 knight with his strength 2 breath weapon. Over here, the knights lost combat, but managed to hold with the general and the BSB. And then over here, Beast of Nurgle lost combat, but only suffered 1 wound from demonic instability. And that's end of combat turn 4.
Okay, movement phase for the Bretonnians. The Lord charges into the flank of the Plague Bearers here. And then in the Magic phase, I roll a 3, so I throw it all at Harmonic Convergence on the Lord and get that off. So on to combats. Also in the Magic phase, this Vortex jumped over. It scattered 4 inches from here onto these Knights and did 9 initiative tests, and we rolled up 3 died, and then popped out here. Alright. Okay, end of the turn done here. 1 combat by 1, but double wound and got that wound back, or got the no wound back, but hung in here with this Beast of Nurgle. So reformed to face him, like I showed the first time. And in here, killed one Screamer, lost 2 Knights, and killed a couple of these guys, so that's going to be ongoing. And then somehow the Greater Demon and Nurgle failed to kill the unit champion again, so managed to get a reform here.
Lost 3
And
wounds to
yeah,
instability.
lost 3 units to instability. So here we go into the Demon's last turn?
Turn 5.
Turn 5, okay. Second to last turn.
So the Nurgling base just moved up a little bit with 1 wound left. And in the magic phase, I cast Soulblight on this unit of Knights. But he did manage to dispel the purple sun that was ongoing there. So we'll go into a combat phase here. Hopefully the demons do a bit better.
Up to the maximum limit.
So things just fell apart all over for the demons. The Great Unclean One got some wounds through again, but the unit champion made his 8th armor save. And then I rolled an 11 from instability test, and the Great Unclean One's gone. Over here, I lost combat, but both the units stuck around. And over here, the Beast and Nurgle finally got killed. So we'll go into Bretonnian's turn 5, and I predict that there won't be a demon left on the field at the end of it.
So Bretonnians charged in over here, and made this charge over here. And then in the magic phase, got Harmonic Convergence off on the Lord again. On to combat. Combat over here. These Knights mop up that Nurgling. And then over here, this combat comes out 10-10 draw. Oh my goodness. Going into the final turn.
So, whole turn 6 wrap up for the demons. All we had was a combat phase, and the Screamers, definitely my MVP of the match. They ended up killing that Sorceress with 3 wounds, and she failed all 3 saves, and they made some points back there. I lost combat by 1, but made a 6 for both leadership tests, and didn't take any wounds. So we'll go into Bretonnian's turn 6. They might have a charge there, but other than that, I was still looking pretty bleak for the demons.
So made a huge long bomb charge here into the flank. And we'll go into the last combat here. No magic, because my wizard's dead because of those Screamers. And yeah, last round.
Bretonnian village has been saved.
So into the game. This is what's left on the board. Got 3 demons left there. Yeah. Huge that Greater Demon failing that instability test. And just failing to kill the champion. Been different on that side of the board. But fun game. Warhammer Fantasy 8th edition.